Everything reportedly blew up inside the Los Angeles Lakers locker room after rumors surfaced that J.J. Redick and LeBron James got into a heated argument over a viral clip from last Christmas. According to reports circulating around the league, the situation quickly escalated and created major tension within the organization, shocking fans because Redick has long been viewed as one of LeBron's strongest supporters in basketball media. While many details remain unconfirmed, the rumors have added even more pressure to a Lakers team already dealing with intense expectations and non-stop attention throughout the season.
I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively, too many random possessions.
During the stretch when LeBron James was sidelined with injury, the Los Angeles Lakers unexpectedly found a strong rhythm and started playing some of their best team basketball of the season. Over a 14-game span without LeBron, the Lakers reportedly went 11-3, thriving through ball movement, spacing, and balanced scoring rather than relying on isolation plays. Luka Doncic controlled the offense with elite playmaking, while Austin Reeves emerged as a major scoring threat with multiple 30-point performances. Rui Hachimura provided spacing and defensive versatility, and the team looked far more connected overall. In games against the New Orleans Pelicans during the NBA Cup stretch, the Lakers showcased that chemistry, with Doncic piling up points and assists while Reeves consistently attacked aggressively and efficiently. According to the narrative surrounding the team, many fans began wondering whether the Lakers were actually functioning more smoothly without the constant pressure of building everything around LeBron. Before LeBron James returned to the lineup, the Los Angeles Lakers looked surprisingly balanced on both ends of the floor. The team defended at a high level, allowing roughly 108 points per 100 possessions, with disciplined rotations, strong communication, and young players buying fully into the system. Offensively, the ball movement, spacing, and off-ball cutting created a smooth style of basketball that allowed everyone to contribute naturally instead of relying on isolation-heavy possessions. But according to critics of LeBron's impact, everything changed once he returned. The Lakers' defensive rating reportedly jumped to nearly 118 points per 100 possessions, and the team went just 2-4 in the first 6 games after his comeback. Advanced metrics became a major talking point as well, with claims that players like Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves posted stronger on-court impact numbers than LeBron during that stretch. Some fans and analysts began arguing that the Lakers' chemistry, pace, and overall identity suffered when the offense shifted back toward a LeBron-centered system, turning what had looked like a rising young core into a far more inconsistent and disconnected team. The criticism surrounding LeBron James intensified after several rough Lakers performances, with fans and commentators pointing to both advanced metrics and visible on-court frustrations. In one particularly bad outing, LeBron scored 18 points but reportedly finished with a -33 plus a minus rating, fueling arguments that his overall impact on the game was hurting the team despite respectable scoring numbers. Critics also focus on moments where he appeared frustrated with referees or slow on defensive rotations while younger teammates scrambled to recover, creating perception of a disconnected and dysfunctional system. Those frustrations reportedly boiled over after the Lakers' Christmas Day loss to the Houston Rockets, a nationally televised 119-96 defeat that many viewed as embarrassing for a team with championship expectations. According to the narrative surrounding the situation, the game highlighted everything that had gone wrong since LeBron's return, as the Rockets played with far more energy, pace, and chemistry while the Lakers looked disorganized and frustrated. By the time J.J. Redick addressed the media afterward, observers claimed his demeanor felt noticeably more serious and tense than usual, fueling speculation that internal frustration within the organization had reached a breaking point. That comment immediately grabbed attention because everyone watching the game could tell there was deeper frustration behind it. After the Lakers' rough performance, J.J. Redick reportedly sounded far more direct and emotional than usual during the post-game press conference, and when he doubled down on his criticism, it only intensified speculation about growing tension inside the organization. Fans and media members quickly connected his comments to the team's visible lack of chemistry, defensive breakdowns, and overall frustration on the court, especially after the dramatic contrast between how the Lakers had looked before and after LeBron James returned to the lineup.
Why do you think your team was unable to execute the things that it was tasked with? Because we don't care enough right now.
When J.J. Redick doubled down during the press conference, many people felt it was obvious who the frustration was directed toward, and the tension in the room reportedly became impossible to ignore. What made the situation even more awkward was a reaction afterward, when DeAndre Ayton appeared to brush off the criticism rather than treating the moment with urgency. According to the narrative surrounding the incident, Ayton's reaction gave the impression that the locker room was no longer fully united, adding even more fuel to speculation that deeper problems were brewing inside the Lakers organization beyond just a single bad loss.
It's a matter of making the choice. And too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
After J.J. Redick publicly questioned the team's professionalism following the Lakers' embarrassing Christmas Day loss, the reaction inside the locker room only intensified speculation about deeper problems within the organization. Many fans believe the comments were indirectly aimed at LeBron James, especially given the long-running perception that coaches and teammates who challenge LeBron often end up under pressure or pushed aside. Critics pointed to past examples involving coaches like David Blatt and Frank Vogel, both of whom were fired despite previous success, while others also referenced the tense moments between LeBron and Erik Spoelstra during the Miami Heat era. According to this narrative, the situation inside the Lakers locker room no longer looked like a simple basketball slump, but a growing culture problem tied to leadership, accountability, and the enormous influence LeBron has carried throughout his career.
Your coach told us he planned for it to be a bad day. He said it'd be an uncomfortable day for the team.
And y'all bought into that.
Please listen to me.
Y'all told him. Believed him. I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not saying anything.
J.J. Redick's post-game comments felt so explosive because many people saw them as more than simple frustration after a loss. The perception was that Redick was openly challenging the culture surrounding LeBron James, something few coaches or players are ever willing to do publicly. Comparisons quickly surfaced of past situations involving Erik Spoelstra and Pat Riley during the Miami Heat era, where Riley's authority reportedly helped protect Spoelstra during tense moments with LeBron. Critics argue that most organizations, including the Lakers, do not have that same kind of institutional power structure, which is why Redick's comments felt risky and potentially career-defining. According to this narrative, Redick was forcing the Lakers to choose between accountability and protecting superstar comfort, and many fans believe that tension had quietly existed inside the locker room for a long time. Comments earlier in the season from DeAndre Ayton about players feeling uncomfortable telling LeBron certain things on the court only added more fuel to the idea that fear, hesitation, and hierarchy were affecting the team's chemistry behind the scenes.
Throws in a near prayer. Timeout, Erik Spoelstra.
Luka Doncic has quickly become the center of the Lakers' new identity, with fans and analysts often contrasting his approach with the established leadership style of LeBron James. Supporters of this narrative argue that Doncic brings a different kind of energy, one built on constant involvement, offensive creativity, and a willingness to adapt within the system rather than dominate it. They point to stretches where his arrival reportedly improved ball movement, spacing, and overall offensive rhythm, helping the Lakers play at a faster and more fluid pace at the same time. The storyline also reflects broader fan debates about team direction, especially after high-profile roster changes that brought Doncic to Los Angeles on a major long-term extension. Some observers have compared the situation to other superstar-driven franchise shifts in recent NBA history, where teams recalibrated around a new centerpiece. However, others caution that these comparisons often oversimplify complex team dynamics, where coaching decisions, roster depth, and defensive personnel all play major roles alongside any single player's impact. Luka Doncic has increasingly been framed by fans as a stabilizing force in the Lakers' evolving roster, with supporters arguing that his style has helped improve pace, spacing, and overall offensive flow. In this narrative, his approach is often contrasted with the franchise's long-standing reliance on LeBron James, with some fans crediting Doncic for bringing more balance and structure to the team system. That has also fueled extreme reactions online, including fringe suggestions that the Lakers should consider trading Doncic in favor of other roster constructions, despite his perceived importance to the team's future. Analysts and critics of that idea argue such proposals ignore how central he has become to the Lakers' offensive identity and overall direction. Some comparisons have also been drawn to past superstar-led experiments like the 2021 Brooklyn Nets featuring Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, where elite talent did not fully translate into sustained success due to injuries and chemistry issues. However, most serious basketball analysis emphasizes that each situation is structurally different, and team outcomes are shaped by a wide range of factors beyond any single player's influence. Though there's always been debate about how different superstars impact winning, from Kevin Durant's influence on team flow in Brooklyn, to Allen Iverson carrying massive offensive loads in Philadelphia while drawing criticism for defensive limitations, to Shaquille O'Neal dealing with injuries and late career locker room tension in the 2007-08 stretch. In that context, LeBron James is often discussed not just for his production, but for the massive attention and narrative control that surrounds him, while Luka Doncic is frequently praised as a newer face of the league who brings offensive creativity, pace control, and a more system-driven style of play. The contrast between perception and on-court performance becomes a major talking point in modern NBA discourse, especially when media narratives, branding, and legacy debates influence how fans interpret team success, chemistry, and overall direction. Fans often debate whether team decisions should be built around a superstar's usage, how much control a veteran leader should have, and how much influence media narratives have on shaping legacy conversations. In the modern NBA, perception can sometimes become just as powerful as on-court performance, with branding, history, and reputation affecting how players are discussed in trade talks and roster construction. This naturally leads to comparisons across eras, including Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, who are often associated with intense accountability and demanding standard within their teams, versus today's stars who operate in a more media-driven environment. In contrast, younger players like Luka Doncic are frequently highlighted for their on-court production, adaptability, and potential to become the centerpiece of a franchise moving forward. These discussions ultimately reflect a larger tension in the league between legacy, leadership style, and how teams decide to build toward championship success.